Isn't this beautiful? It's cherry blossom time, the Sakura tree from Japan. In fact, many of the thousands of cherry blossoms in Vancouver here were donated by Japan. And today we've got another beauty from Japan, via Marysville, Ohio. It's the 2021 Acura TLX. This is the A-Spec. Now, for years, the Japanese have been saying that they're making sports sedans that compete with BMW, Audi, and Mercedes-Benz, but they haven't really been able to deliver. Can this car do it? And can it hold all your family's stuff? Let's find out today on Family Wheels. Let's get right to the good stuff. The TLX has excellent handling and lots of usable power, a worthy competitor to any of its rivals. The 2021 model has a new chassis that's said to be 50% stiffer than its predecessor, plus a double wishbone front suspension. High-strength steel and aluminum are contributors. Then there's Acura's super-handling all-wheel drive, SHAWD, which sounds like a feature on a Japanese hi-fi receiver from the 1970s, but is a real thing, shifting torque to individual wheels for better handling. Acura says the new SHAWD acts faster in moving torque to the rear wheels for sportier performance, with the differential deciding which wheel gets the most thrust. These features work with the less publicized Agile Handling Assist, which applies slight braking to individual wheels and corners to keep the TLX on a steady course, an old Formula One trick, by the way. And while the handling of the new TLX is its star quality, the car's sportiness makes no sacrifices in ride. In fact, it's really comfortable over the usual drains, pavement patches, and other annoyances of everyday driving, absorbing those bumps like it was from a class larger and more expensive than it is. All right, we're going through some twisty bits on comfort setting, and it's very comfortable indeed, but you don't lose a lot in handling. That's the remarkable part. Snaps into a turn very nicely. Soaks up all the bumps. Rides like a much larger car that way. And Acura's all-wheel drive, super handling all-wheel drive, definitely getting the job done. Doesn't feel very front-wheel drive-ish at all. Well, now we switch to sport mode and it sharpens up a lot of features. Let's see how it goes through a set of curves. Definitely tightens everything up, but you know what? It still rides really nice. It's not too harsh. You're hitting bumps or wallows in the road, still getting a nice, comfortable feeling. Maybe a bit too soft for some sporty-minded types, but I like it a lot. The excellent chassis and suspension on the TLX get their marching orders from a 2-liter, 4-cylinder, turbocharged engine with intercooler. It makes a healthy 272 horsepower at 6,500 RPM. A Type S version debuts this spring. It has a 3-liter turbo V6 producing 83 more horsepower, 355 in total. The TLX comes with a 10-speed automatic transmission that goes about its business without fuss. There are shifter paddles, but they're pretty useless unless you're playing Stoplight Grand Prix, but that's the situation on many cars today. The redesign of the TLX also elevates it to a new level of styling, taking the game to its German and Korean competition. It's longer, lower, and wider, as they used to say of American cars, but the distance between the front and rear wheels, wheelbase, has also been increased, as has the distance between the front axle line and the windshield pillar. The body lines are crisper with a pinched effect down the sides that's also been successfully used on the big MDX SUV. The TLX adds some aggression at the front with fake brake scoops, a larger lower intake, a few sharpened angles, and black instead of chrome around the black grille. Compared to this look, the previous TLX seems bland and blobby and a lot like a spiffed-up economy car. The interior of the TLX is similarly handsome and designed to encourage cross-shopping by people looking to enter the luxury sports sedan owners club. Black seats, red stitching, inserts that don't overdo the junior racer look while sending the message of sportiness. Ditto the flat-bottomed steering wheel, which is a gimmick of our time, but this one has just the right feel. Its controls are many but sensibly laid out, making good use of scroll wheels that also flick left or right to select options. Hat tip to Acura for something almost no one notices. The owner's manual has a flowchart showing dozens of options available to set the car's functions. And kudos to Acura for putting large buttons for engine stop-go and brake hold in the console where they're easy to reach. The main gauges are mostly red over silver, a combination that lacks contrast and does not help their readability. They can be annoying when the sun is shining on them, and I don't like the aesthetic. In between the gauges are many of the previously mentioned options, including adjustments to the comprehensive safety suite, adaptive cruise control, lane keeping, automatic emergency braking, and the like. The ELS audio system in the TLX is first-rate, delivering clean sound with several options to customize it. There are even speakers in the ceiling. Acura says the audio can be left on for up to 30 minutes after turning off the engine, preferably using the accessory or on power modes. Wireless charging is available, but not wireless Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. You still have to plug in for those. The most criticized feature on the TLX and other Acuras is the touchpad controller. Even in its second generation, the touchpad is frustrating, to the point of being a deal-breaker for some. It's the Achilles heel of an otherwise fine automobile. User errors are frequent, the cursor jumping past the desired selection or not moving to the next screen. A touch screen or rotary controller are faster and more accurate, and above all, less distracting to the driver. This is a safety issue. Apple CarPlay or Android Auto are simpler to use, especially with voice commands, and they're the only way I would consider putting up with the touchpad on a daily basis. A lack of rear seat room is common in the entry-level sport luxury sedan category. Something has to give inside the space envelope, and the rear seat is it. The TLX has just enough room for me in the back seat when the driver's seat is adjusted for my 5-foot 11-inch, that's 180 centimeter frame. There are also no USB ports back there, so the second USB in the front bin will have to do. Here at Family Wheels, the objective is to take 3 bags of groceries, a backpack, and a stroller and fit them in the back of the vehicle. Let's see if they go into the Acura TLX. And as you can see, all our gear goes in the trunk easily. There's lots of room in the TLX. However, I think it comes at the expense of rear seat legroom. There are 4 levels of TLX, and the A-Spec is second from the top. Our tester is priced at $49,905, including $500 for the red paint. Freight, PDI, levies, and fees take it to $52,395 before taxes. Below it are the base and tech models, starting at $44,105 and $46,505 respectively. The tech looks like the value play, with an optimum combination of sport, convenience, and luxury features. Topping the range is the Platinum Elite, starting at $51,805. It has adaptive dampers, real wood trim, heated rear seats, and a color head-up display, among other additions. In the U.S., the top model is called the Advance. Unlike in Canada, lower U.S. specs are available with front-wheel drive only, but Acura's all-wheel drive is worth the extra $2,000. The base model with AWD begins at $39,500 U.S., the Tech $43,500, the A-Spec $46,250, and the Advance $48,300. Fancy paint is $500 extra. The TLX's fuel economy is not great: 11.3 liters per 100 kilometers city, 8.1 highway, 9.8 combined. That's roughly the same as the Genesis G70 4-cylinder, but 1.5 liters per 100 more than the base Audi A4 or BMW 330i xDrive. The sport luxury sedan market is crowded around a $50,000 price point for cars such as the TLX. A possibly incomplete list includes the Mercedes-Benz C-Class, BMW 3 Series, Audi A4, Genesis G70, Lexus IS300, Infiniti Q50, and Cadillac CT5. The variety of styling, handling, interior layout, and function choices makes this a great time for buyers. Well, that's our look at the 2021 Acura TLX. Acura says it's a great handling sports sedan, and they're right. It's got terrific handling, but surprise, it also really soaks up the bumps on rough roads. Thanks for watching, and thanks for subscribing. Give us a like if you enjoyed today's program. I'm Richard Detman. See you next time on Family Wheels.